So here, obviously we have Keepa. We want to go into data, product finder, and then we'll do like grocery first and then start stalking people's pages that we do find something um, you know, of value that we could sell. And then I'll show you, like a lead list that, I compacted, around this time. So then for groceries, it would be like 80,000 just because I wanted to sell within this month. And then obviously Amazon out of stock. We're at 13 million. And then we'll do new 25 to like 30 is always going to be like a pack or something heavy. Um, so we'll roughly be around that range, like 25 where it says new, dollar sign, and then we'll scroll all the way down to grocery, and then we'll scroll some more down to offer three, so we know it's not just a private label, and then we'll do 10. And on average, we'll do 30 because it is going to include January. So it might have like a little bit of fluctuation in it. I mean, normally once we get into like March, we'll stop doing this 30-day range and go into like the 90-day average just because it'll go from like um it'll stop looking in December. If we do it now, we'll look into December and you're gonna see like a huge drop off. And sometimes it just like scares, sellers away because it looks like an IP complaint. Um, what I've been noticing. So then on the 30-day average, we'll put 8, and then here we'll put we're down to roughly 1,500. We'll put 15. Um, So it didn't change much. And then we'll go scroll down here to where we're going to get um, a buy box. Okay, refine even more. We'll get that gold bar. So we know we're definitely going. So bought in the past month. So, we want something that's going now, you know? And like I say it all the time, if it doesn't have this, it's just really hard to scale or really hard to, move the needle from where you're moving it from, and actually see things from, like it's constantly selling out of your store. So we'll do 100 just because I know it's going to shrink this number down drastically, or it might not. There you go. Half of it. So this is a better standpoint um, where we can look into 550 products, obviously if you have the time, but we're going to find better products this way as far as like it selling quick. And like I said, and most of it, it's going to be like heavy items, you know? And it's going to be like super packs of like 4 or 6 poppies. Um, but then we're going to, roll over to where it says buy box, and we're going to put that 90-day drop where it says 1 to 9. So you see it very minute, 1 to 9 is where we want to be at. So you know, these we've been seeing like the last like 4 calls, these the fresh fruit here, which is wild. Um, let's see what we got here. Any questions to how far we got and where we're at? We're all cool? All right, cool. Um, let's see, teas. something jackfruit. This is like $40. Let's see. It's a can. I didn't know jackfruit can come in a can. Oh. So this is a 6-pack. This is really good BSR. Now it's just to find it profitable. So it's a 6-pack for $41.14. Let's see. You see, it sells 100 times these last 3 months. And if we go back a little bit to a year, back in October, September, it was selling for 200 times a month. And it was less of a price then. So let's just be cautious as to when we're, look at this, when we're buying. This one's 49 for FBA and 41 for FBM. So what we got here is a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of drop off. And as far as like competition, there's only 8. You know, if we could find this, let's see. If we could find this, we're not competing with 15, 18 people. So this looks like it's probably gonna be in like a supermarket or something. Jackfruit. It's a simple name. Let me just move this out the way. So this is Edwards and Sons Trading Company. They have it for $337 with 25% while supplies last. It has buy with shop pay. I just want to know where's their like, oh, find a store. So if they have a physical store, that would be awesome. Or has anybody heard of them? No, right? This is Edward and Sons. They've been around since 1978. Let's see. Probably definitely not going to have one in New York. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we do have some in New York. Oh, no, it's Stop and Shop. Yeah, so your regular supermarket. So, that would be a Kroger's. This would be a what else do you guys have? What do you guys have in Cali? What's like your go-to supermarket?
House, bonds.
Bonds. Yeah, so this is like in every supermarket because Ideal, Stop and Shop, Food Town, Stop and Shop, Amazon Fresh, Lawson. These are all my local regular supermarkets. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, you know, where you guys are at too. Definitely, like you could try a Kroger's. It's different as the fact that it's jackfruit in a can. Um, I wonder if we could probably ship this. So we're at 26.96. This is something definitely FBM. 26.96. I want to know is it 25% off that they already took off because it was 449? Mhm. And the other odd thing too is that there's no, well, let's see, Stop and Shop or Kroger's. I just I'll give you some Krispy Kremes right now. Um, let's see.
They're at Sprouts too.
Oh, there you go. And is it for that same price? For that 337?
No, they're 3.99.
399. The Sprouts have like a point, or do they have like top cash back or something like a gift card? Not really, right?
I don't think so. I haven't really shopped there, so I'm not
Oh, look,
sure.
Sprouts. What the hell is this?
Nothing's
No.
happening.
Mm-mm. So I guess it would be something like you guys see, obviously you put this not so much on the back burner, but if this goes to like on sale, it could definitely be something that, you know, you look for. Now, to find it profitable, okay, this guy's a distributor that we could have checked beforehand too. Only one guy, two, three. All right, so only two. That's another thing too. We could have cut down the sourcing and not gone too deep on it. Look at these guys. These guys are like definitely, they have 22,000. So they're definitely like a wholesale distributor. So that would have like turned me off from the beginning. But you see, like these two guys are under that 100 marker. And it would be, we can go into their store and see what else they have that they're probably going into. You like generic, it's like a turnoff. And 900 products, 978 things that he's selling are generic. So it's a whole negative. Um, and then this guy too, Speedy Wishlist. We can go in to see what he's got. And this guy's selling corned beef in a can, in an 8-pack. Well, the buy box is 28 because Amazon's on it, but he's got it for 58. I know I've seen these a lot lately. This would be at like your grocery outlet, or your like Asian market if you can find them cheap. I know here in New York we have like H Mart and like a whole bunch of them that you could source from, but I definitely saw these in grocery outlets. And that I had to drive like 3 hours for. Um, so these would be something to look at too because they sell so quick. Look, Walmart. Um, this is 728. It's probably gonna switch out to Walmart or 72. It's half a gallon, a 6-pack at Zaro. Let's see. Mm, that's crazy. 2,000 times. Yeah, definitely 2,000 times. 762 for each. 64 ounces. That's crazy. What part of LA you're in? I know there's two LA people here, right?
Metro.
Okay, cool. Mm, let's see. I just want to see. I mean, they're showing a brown box. As if that's gonna make it better. Okay. It's how many are in here? 6 pack. So let's do some quick math. Was that 72? Oh, not this guy. So we can move over. 72. And you see, webs they charge like a crazy shipping. Um, and this is like one case for 58. And there's 6 inside of there. But I don't even think that's it because it says 2 quarts. Or oh yeah, 2 quarts. There we go. So their shipping is what's a killer with Webstar. What Webstaurant. Mm, I know their shipping is a killer. Mm, 16. Mm, 8. So 15. Say 15. 6 in there. There's 6 here. And there were 6 inside here. Yeah, there's 6 inside here. Yeah. Mm, so 977. Selling at that 1916 buy box. Um, so it's not really like a good one. I know I definitely saw this in grocery outlet, not for no $9 though. Um, it was definitely cheaper than that. All right, let's see. Because the 78, it's not even gonna make sense either. If I mean for the 72 divided by the 6, it's gonna be like 11, maybe $10. Yeah, $11. Um, so let's see what else. So it was that guy, this guy we were stalking really quick. We could just go to his groceries. Mm, this I saw in Ollie's. Um, this apple cider, taco seasoning. He probably used this to like ungate. Um, or he actually sells taco seasoning. This is a good one. It's 700 times. His buy box is close enough to the actual buy box. Let's see, Pappy's Choice Seasoning, and it sells 700 times a month. And there's only 3 people on here. What is this? Glass Safe? Has anybody heard of Glass Safe? Can't be they got Prime. That's crazy. All right, let's see if we can find this. Some regular thing, $22 at Walmart. Probably a third party seller too. So when you're searching, like, for example, I knew it. So when you're like reverse searching, you're like, oh my God, yeah, Walmart. Always check this part. It should say by Walmart, not by this person, a pro seller. Um Martyr. Let's see. 19, maybe from the company themselves. Let's see. Ooh, select a size. Which size was this? 32 ounces. Okay, let's see. Keep in touch. You could sign up for it. And um 32 professional pack. $12. 982 would be the max cost. So it would definitely be oh look, they're in Cali. It would definitely be something that you sign up for their um email subscription, and then obviously we're in like that President's Week, so they might be throwing sales. Be on a lookout for it. So I would put this under like a bolo lead, right? Because if we can get this close to um as close as possible to the $9, if we were to do FBM, 982. So at 12, we're not profitable at 60 cents. But if we were to get as close as possible to 982, now we're making $3, right? I'm 99% sure that will do, put your email in, and they'll do like little personal, um, 5% off, 10% off, or we'll put stuff in the cart, um, sign in, do the whole sign up thing, leave it in the cart, and they'll send you an email. Pretty sure 99% of the time that they'll send you an email saying like, hey, you forgot something in your cart, or give you an incentive to buy. Hey, we'll give you like 5% off or 10% off. And that's going to make you more profitable. We just needed to go down a couple of more dollars to make it profitable at FBM. And then for FBA, it would have to be under that $7. But this guy has 30 in stock right now. We could see in Keepa, we could see actually how much quantity he has. Because Seller Amp is only going to tell you 30 plus. I have like this count stock. It's an extension. So it tells you, it kind of goes a little off of Keepa and Seller Amp. So it's not like 100% sure, but the way to find out, you know, at a 90% rate would be to go under, your Keepa. Um, this is what it would look like. And then go into data, and then go into your offers. So is this them themselves? No. Oh, didn't we see this person before? Yeah, this was the other person before on the other listing. So, and that too, keep like in mind of the names and the seller accounts, because you'll see them repetitively show up. And it may knock down your sourcing because you already seen them. You're like, all right, they're all sharing the same listing. So they're either really close to each other, or they're all sourcing that same niche. So that guy has a lot in stock, 737, and this sells 700 times. So he's gonna have the buy box for quite a while, right? But this guy also gets it, and the reason why he's probably getting it is because he's way further away from this guy. So if we really wanted to go and stock his store, right, and to see where's his playing field, and to see where this guy's playing field too, if we're on different sides of the map, right, um, we're all gonna win, because Amazon goes based off of, like, I may see this here, or when you guys pull this up, I'll put it in the chat. you pull it up, it might be that you don't see this 21.99. It might be that you see the 22.86, or it might be wherever you're at, you see the 24.95. So don't get so discouraged the fact that he has like 700 in stock. Granted, it's a lot because he's holding that whole, he's holding the whole estimated sales on the whole ASIN. Um, so, we could definitely I do it when I do storefront stocking to see who am I really competing with. Am I competing with like the whole East Coast, and like 9 out of the 10 stores that I see are all on the East Coast, or am I also seeing Cali on there too? Or am I seeing Texas? If I'm seeing more Texas and Cali, I'm fine to go in onto this listing and, you know, obviously do a test buy of 10 and see how it goes. But, what I do, my thought process is like, all right, let me see where this person is at. Obviously, they're they're a distributor, or he's been in the game for like quite a while because he had like 1,000 rating, over 1,000 rating. And then if we really wanted to go to the next guy, right, we would go down to where it says other sellers on Amazon, see where this guy's from, this speedy guy. All right, he's in Cali. So for you guys, I don't know Cali that well, but is Diamond Bar in like a crazy ass neighborhood, or is it like local that
It,
you know?
it's in the Inland Empire, and there's a lot of like Asian places. It's mostly an Asian community that lives out there. It's like maybe 45 minutes away from LA.
You see? So that would be something to, like look into. Like, is this seasoning in those stores where he's getting it super cheap because he didn't buy a lot, he didn't buy so deep into the product because obviously he's seeing the data and it's showing him it's like 100% of the time this guy is getting the buy box. And he's sold in the last 30 days 3. And this guy was in AR, what's that, Arkansas, right? So it's far, but it's not that far. Um, and those would be things that to look into. So maybe he's finding this, he only has 13. Um, maybe he's finding it in this Asian market that it didn't sell, like, or, seasoning has a really long shelf life. I tell you that much. Maybe a year or two. So as to, you maybe going and investigating, obviously not going just for like this one product. There's a variation of a lot of other ones from that same exact brand. And again, it's signing up for that email, seeing, if they're going to give out any like promotional email saying, hey, save 5%, or do the sign up, leave the stuff in the cart, and see the next day that you get something. I know Target reminds me every time there's something in the cart. Granted, they don't give a 5%. I wish. But sometimes it's like a quick reminder. And there's like other websites that do that same thing. And that's like a leg up because it's like it might have been something like, all right, oh, I didn't find it profitable. You left it alone. And you go back to it when it comes up on your email, like, oh yeah, let me just like double check. Okay, they're giving me an incentive now to go and buy it. And then do your test buy from there. So those are all like possible ways of sourcing. And it's effective because like um one of my other mentors, we did the same thing, and we brought a brand to like his knowledge, and it just so happened that the next day that brand winded up giving a discounted, coupon for all of like their seasonings. So for like gift cards. So, it may not be that they do a discount on their seasoning. It may be like, all right, buy a gift card from us and we'll give you like a certain percent off. So that's a leg up too. So those are all possible ways when signing up. And obviously, put your catch-all. Don't put your main one because it's going to be annoying as hell. Do your catch-all email in here and that's it. And if it comes up, it comes up that you get something off, you get something off. So far, like this guy Speedy's wish list is all, it's obviously stuff in the supermarket. Or, he's getting it from like an Asian market based off of like where he's at. So now all of these listings he has are gonna make a lot more sense the fact that he's buying them from supermarkets. And he's in that, ballpark figure of buying things from his local supermarket. So it might be you signing up for, I think it's called Flip. I'll show you right now. Yeah, it's FLIPP. So it's I'm not sure if you could all see it, but it's a circular. It shows you all of the supermarkets around you and it shows you like they're circular. So it might be an app that you look into and just for like, honestly, like shits and giggles, go through it and see like, hey, what's on sale, what's not on sale. And then search certain items that, it may be on sale this week at the supermarket because we know at the supermarket it's not always that same product every single week that that it stays the same. They're always changing it. Every single week they're changing it. And it should be the same way your thought process when you're buying on inventory is what's the next season? Your seasonal items are going to make you the quick bang and buck and then your longevity items are the ones that you go deep diving into sourcing to find. Like you can easily do a crazy come up for Easter, a crazy come up for like 4th of July candies, the Valentine's Day. This was like my first Valentine's Day, so I felt like it wasn't, or maybe it was like oversaturated because like social media is like, all right, go ham on all of these candies, and they just kept coming up for some reason on my feed, and I'm like, all right, there goes my listing. So it was just like hard to like be like, damn, like how am I gonna make like any type of money on these Valentine's Day candies? But I do know like Easter is huge because like they do, there's like Easter hunts, there's the things at school, there's the like the events at school, like your kids' school, like, what are you seeing in your stores now and buying them now versus later? Because later is going to be too late. And then, yeah, granted, like Easter candies will sell up until like June because there's like that crazy infatuation with those eggs, those Whopper eggs. But that's what you need to start like putting into your like mindset. Like, I mean, we could do a Easter thing really quick, and I'm pretty sure we'll see like profitable products now. So everything stays the same as far as like the 80,000. We could take this new off just because we're going down into a more of a subtitle, like a subcategory. And we can put an Easter here, still leave it under groceries, and still we're at 3 products. It might be because the E, it's like super sensitive. Let's see the E. All right, let's go higher. Let's see. It's 200. Any questions so far? Or am I talking too fast? Or we're getting it? Cool. We're getting it.
Yeah, everything you're saying is making sense.
Yeah, cool. Let's see. We're still at 3, 4. So obviously, I should say it's not going to be 100 plus because we're not in Easter yet, right? In that season. So now this is going to come up to 11 products, right? And let's take off the 30-day average. There we go. 240. Easter, it's probably going to be candy. Something Easter is in the headlines, but it's under groceries and gourmet, right? So we're at 200 products. Do that same thing. Go over to buy box 1 to 9, and the thought process behind 1 to 9 is that 90 days ago it was 750. Right now it's 14.99. So you have like those I'll tell you that you have like crazy ass moms. I'm one that if I see it now, like I'm gonna buy my kid, this for his class, for his classmates, right? Because if I see it in the supermarket or wherever I can find this, I'm gonna go and get it now before the rush, before it starts and I go and then I can't find it because, now I gotta figure out how am I gonna get, he has 28 kids in his class and none of these things, like none of the stuff that I got for like Valentine's Day for his class came in a 28 pack. All of it came in at 24, so I had to buy an extra box, you know? And that's going to be the same thing. So it could be here that you see like they got Tootsie Rolls. I'm pretty sure this is in Dollar General. And that's too, you knowing your stores around you, what do they have? Like, what is their main like candies that they have? Yeah, they have like the M&Ms and stuff like that, but what's like the corny candies? Even though I love Tootsie Rolls, but what are like the corny candies that they have, And that's having that leg up and you doing it that legwork in when you're just shopping for your regular stuff. What are you starting to see? Are you starting to see more gummy bears? Are you starting to see more peeps? And what have you? Like this peep is selling 500 times and it was $16, 16.43, and now let's see if it's not a generic brand. Let's hope and pray. Snackabores. Ugh, this person is wild, bro, because they have like every candy was every candy. And you'll see this person come up a lot in every single candy category there is. Um, and to be
Sure.
honest with you, I was on one or two of their listings, made what I made, and jumped off. It's a risk that you take personally, you know? Get in, get out, that's it. And delete it. I should say delete. Um, because I got hit with an authentication. Um, Granted, it didn't take me out of whack or whatever. I was panicking that first when I got the email at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, God damn, like 3 in the morning, you're sending me these emails
I
about
have
a
a
complaint.
question.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Sid.
So for the get in and get out, are you saying like get out before Amazon gets on it, or when you see they just jumped on it, then get out of it?
No, I mean like you're taking a risk, right? Meaning I will buy my test buy of 10 and that's it, right? And see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I say get in, get out, it's not because Amazon, because I don't ever want you to go and compete against Amazon because it's going to be virtually impossible unless they're at like their um buy box percentage is lower than a 30. But at that point, I'd still like they have so much access to so much inventory that I still wouldn't even compete. Like this, like I'm saying get in, get out for this particular one is because this person, this snackable store, right? They're on every single damn candy I could ever find, ever. And they're on everything. And again, I went on a listing, got 10, sold through my 10, and got off of it and deleted it.
Got it. Delete it off your products, right? The managed products. Okay.
Yes, delete it off of your inventory because again, like I was saying, is that I got hit with a customer authentic complaint, which is not crazy because my account health is in good health, right? So I didn't delete something from over 8 months ago. And I got hit with the complaint. I don't even have it anymore. But being the fact that it was on like page 9 of all my inventory, I'm like, I don't even have this anymore. Like, how am I even getting a complaint? Or like, how are you pissed off 9 months later? But you're just gonna have like, it's the nature of the business. That's what's part of being a boss. That's what's part of, you know, bossing up is just knowing that, this comes with it, you know, and it is risky. And it's something that in any business that you go into, there's going to be risk. Um, and there's going to be things that are like, damn, I should have never went on it. Or I didn't want to go on it, or it was good and I got in and I sold two or whatever. And like I tell you guys, don't hold on to these products as if they're like your kids. You know what I mean? Like your kids you hold on to. But like these products, if you could return them, return them. Like they don't owe anything to you and you don't owe anything to them. So always have like your paperwork, in line with what you're doing because it's, if I didn't sell these things, then return it. Day 29, return it. Like I don't owe peeps or the customers that didn't buy from me, or just don't do it. But is this something? This is an 8 pack, so it's probably two of each color. It's selling 500 times, right? It would be they have one, two, six. Excuse me. It would be that you go and sell say that you got five, sell it, and that's it. Be gone with it. You know what I mean? It's a risk. It's a risk I may be willing to take and you not. So those are all things, that, you have to take a risk or two. Because
And that's
it could take you, you can make a couple of bucks on this. The peeps are like $1 in Dollar General, in Family Dollar, I'm pretty sure they're coming into the supermarkets now.
and that's more so whenever, for example, when the store underneath the name isn't the same.
How so?
Like as far as taking a risk on the product, like see how like Peeps is the name, but like the name underneath it, yeah, like since
Hmm.
yes, it's different. That's the one you'll feel like, okay, should I take the risk? Should I not? And then
Right.
it's
This is something like it's again, it's a risk on you. It's a risk against your store. Like if you're too new, and I mean like new, don't do it. Um, you, if you're too new and your account health isn't there, don't do it.
yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean? And that's
Mhm.
my advice to you, right? Now, if you're ready or not ready, if you're willing to risk it all and be like, all right, it was good while it lasted, by all means. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know who iPhone is. I don't know who's under iPhone because it just says iPhone name. Um, But these are things that you can jump in on. Granted, a lot of stuff is going to start, you're going to start seeing, like, obviously we know that this is Bluey and it says Galleria store. We're going to start seeing a lot of mixed um listings with when it comes to, you know, candies overall. I hit eBay. Um, let's see what else. Let's see, SpongeBob, Krabby Patties. This is 8 a month. I'm pretty sure Frank Ford store is not Mr. Krabby Patties over here. Um, let me see what else. Oh, this one's a good one. These chocolate bunnies. Mhm. See, this would have to be, and they did it so small. So the other way you could see too, to see if it's actually Palmer, would be that sometimes they show like the back of it and you could see very faintly, if it's really from them. And this listing's confusing as hell because it says that it's only one bunny, but one of the pictures show a shit ton of bunnies, you know? So it's just this one's confusing as is, but I'm pretty sure that within the next couple of weeks we're going to start seeing this number go up. Or if we can even see if it was on last year's, yeah, it was on last year's listing for 549 and right now is 899. Let's say for inflation purposes that it stays that way, that it stays at the 899. This is something that we would have to find in a Dollar General for $1.25. Um, you see at a dollar, you see we're at $1.83. Even if we were at $1.25, or $1.49, let's see. All Candy City. And know that Party City is going out of business. So they have a lot of candy. Um, go into it because the ones that are still around are still trying to make it past like this Easter rush. Because I spoke to one of the managers at Party City just to see if it was like good enough to source, which I didn't find anything too crazy, but they're trying to hold up their stores and stock their stores with the last round of Easter candies. Like they're holding up until Easter, pretty much. So it's something to visit if you have a Party City that's probably, I know for sure it's closing, but to look into it. Let's see the Tootsie Rolls. I swear if it's Snackivores, we're having a problem. These, right? This is 100 times a month already. Granted, the buy cost is 11, so it's kind of close to impossible. But if we were to just do Easter egg Tootsie Rolls without this 9 ounce and do like a quick Amazon search just to see if it came in like a pack of two, a pack of three, a pack of four. There we go, pack of two. $9 for a pack of two and a one pack is 7. Mm, these things, these Tootsie Rolls, eggs, these things I just saw the other day in Dollar Tree. These things, Tootsie Rolls. Yeah, you see how like when I told you before, like you could, I mean, it's a shitty picture, but if you if they had a better picture, you could see what was the, the name and the brand of the bag of candy to see and cross-reference it if it didn't look, like a good enough one. Um, excuse me. So this one's good. Let's see. 549, 328. Again, when you're doing Walmart, just double check and make sure that it's not some third party. So yeah, this is in stores right now. All right, you'll see Martyr because I just opened a Walmart store. I sold like old ass candles that I had from Christmas. So I'm trying with Walmart. There's not enough data for me to be like, all right, yeah, gun ho. But 328 for me in my East Meadow store. And it's 328. 66%. I ain't mad. $2. It is a meltable. So I know they start well, they stopped taking meltables when, like March. I think it's like March or April. I could be mistaken. I'll find out when they stop taking meltables. But this, I mean, if you could send this in now, I mean, here on the East Coast, it's freezing. It's like 1 degrees outside, in New York. So all of you guys enjoying the sun thing. Lucky for you. But this would be something that you can go and get. Like, I'm cool with making $2 for one bag of candy. Now, again, we can go back and not put candy coated, but adjust the adjust your search and see if this came in a 2-pack, a 3-pack. See, this is catching my eye too, this resealable thing here. We can go into there and see too. It's 23 ounces reusable. Just want to see if it came in another pack. Like this one's selling it for $12. Um, mm, you see, and it's less. Same thing. Buy Tootsie Roll, buy Tootsie Roll, and they're selling it for more. And we saw it for in Amazon. I mean for Walmart, 328. So if we go back, 328, 293. All right, it's like 20 cents more, 20% more in your return on investment. There's less competition. Just know that these guys, like, they're ready. They're like lock and loaded, ready to like drop all of these candies the moment in time they start coming up. Because I'm pretty sure it says 8 right now, but if we go back to like a year, you see, if we go back to a year, you're gonna see it sold 100 times, 200, 300, 300, all the way till March. We're at March, still 100, and then it drops down in April, um, to 50. So it's definitely, you see, and you also want to look at listings too, where they start to say, all right, out of stock, and people are starting to come in. Again, you're gonna get like crazy moms like myself where we're buying this ahead of time, and you're gonna get those early buyers for on this, right? And if we were to go back one and we would see Um, and we would see this one. See, this is like a better picture. I mean, not so much because of it only shows the nutrient facts, but we could see here, you know, who made it or whatever, right? This one's selling 400 times a month. Again, it's gonna have like a shit ton of distributors, but like this guy has 300. That's crazy. 360. I don't think I ever seen 360 on Cellaram on this part. Um, but this would be fun to see if it's actually in stores. Yeah. I think they charge like a crazy ass shipping, but it's definitely something. Walmart, let me see. No third party. I could ship it to me. Oh no, right here. Fun Express. No, thank you. But these are, I'm pretty sure you could probably find this in like a Joann's. Joann's sell candies too. So look, this is $10 off your order of 49 using that coupon to help you bring down your price. Granted, it's just $10 off, not 10%, $10. Um, and seeing if that brings you down in some price too, right? I know we're right on that hour, and I want to respect your time and mine. So I'll show you a quick. Does anybody have any questions? Period. No questions. We're good. Cool. Sid, we're cool. Hugo, we're cool. Cool. Um, I'll show you. I'll show you a lead list of mine. This is something you guys should be creating um on your own. I could give you like the um what is it? Like the formula, I should say.
The template.
Yeah, the template. There you go. Thank you, Trent. The template in which, I use so that way you could see that you got to put estimated sales and everything is more than that 50 plus, right? Like what I was telling um like I was telling Egypt earlier, like if it doesn't have that gold bar, see like something like this, that it doesn't have that gold bar when you're searching, know that it's going to sit in your store, your store. I don't know whether you have a store or warehouse, your garage, your apartment, your home. It's going to stay there for quite a while because there is nothing to say, all right, yeah, this is leaving. 50 times generally means that it's going to be sold one or two times a week from your inventory, depending on how many offers there are. Now, if it's selling 100 times, it's going to be selling 2 to 3 times out of your inventory versus how many people are in the offers, right? Meaning how many offers there's here. So now if this was selling 100 times and there was only 5 of us, so I'm going to divide and, do some type of math here and say, all right, divide that 100 times a month, divide it by 30 days in a month. That's three of them. Now I got to divide that amongst, these 5. So technically it's like 1 or 2 that we're each going to get depending on where we're at on our map to say, all right, 1 or 2 is going to leave my inventory every day. And that's and that's what you want to start analyzing when you're scanning products, when you're looking up products. Is this monthly sold? If it doesn't have it right now, because it is a seasonal product, go back to the 90 days and well, go back to the year and see. So it didn't start selling until 100 times a month until March. So this would be something that you stack up a couple. Put yourself on the listing, see if it sells. Put yourself on the listing at that mid price. Come March, around that March 18th, where it starts going from 50 to 21. In 2 days, it went from 50 baht to 100 in 2 days. So change your price. Right now, I'm gonna be at 15, and then come March, I'll put it at, obviously there's like hella inflation that we're going up. If everybody doesn't goes on this listing and we don't tank it, this guy's gonna sell out really quick, and then it's all on us because these people are getting ready to load off all of their stuff. This is all like decorating. This is something that you're gonna find in like Joann's or like your craft stores. And again, Joann's is going out of business. You might be able to find whatever Big Lots is, they're offloading whatever they had in their warehouse. This is something that's there. It's for decorating eggs. So, I wouldn't say go like 100 deep because you still don't know how this listing is going to go up until this point, but know what store you're going to source this from or where you're going to source it from as far as online, because it did sell March uh March 18th, and then the 21st, the next day, well, 2 days later, it sold at 100 and went all the way up until, we'll see, just that peak, all the way until April 28th, it sold up to 800 times. So this would be something that make sure there's a lot of stock of, but find that store that's having it right now and how many of those stores are within your vicinity. How many Joann's are in your area? How many, this is probably going to be in Target too. Excuse me. So it's crucial to start sourcing the next season. You're not waiting on, and praying for a miracle to happen if you're not putting in these reps, looking at these Easter products. Again, like I said, I'll show you. I don't know who's, available for, or who's ungated for any of these, but Scrub Daddies is a good one because this one is selling 200 times a month. I'll put it here. And then there is no buy box on it. And this is something I sold before. And this is something that I pick up from Target. I have a Target card, so I get the additional 5% off. And sometimes when they do that promo of like their house and cleaning and all that stuff, and you get an additional $5 off, or you get a $10 card off, a $10 gift card back, like this is when you buy deep on it, right? Because I've sold it before, it sells 100 times a month, and in certain waves, it sells 200 times. So when it's selling 200 times, that's when I'm buying 30, 40, 50. And then when it's dropping down to 100, I'm not buying as much unless there's a coupon that, or, one of Target's promos where I'm buying a lot of, because this one's a really good, because this is one unit. And this one I did send in my first FBA order for this. So it's something that, going back to your leads and looking back at your leads that you created, and you can also create them. I'll show you here, these Google Sheets, like it's my buy sheet, my watch list sheet, my slow movers, my Christmas, and then it's creating those sheets and cross-referencing everything that you do, because what's good right now, it's not always going to be good the whole year. And then you want to go back and be able to have a inventory where you can go and say, all right, let me just go back to these, and I'm pissed because I got regated for Legos, and go back to these products and go back and say, all right, is this going to be profitable? Is this going to be, go back to your day one items and see if they're still profitable, or go back to your 90-day ago purchase and see if those are still profitable. Just because you sold out and you probably didn't re-up because something else caught your eye, a shiny penny caught your eye, doesn't mean you go, stop looking back at them, because they're probably coming back, because now we're in a new year, we're in, new things are going on. So that's, where I kind of want to leave you guys off on, is having that paper trail behind you to go back on what you need to, start focusing and organizing yourself to as well. Any questions, any comments?
So, do you recommend not just looking for only 100 a month items? Because I do see like some people do have a mixture of 50, even though I know you said like if you do 50, you're going to be holding it at least for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're not wanting that, do you just prefer just staying within your, I guess, like margin monthly? Or what do you
It really depends on your one, I would say capital, right? Because that's going to play a huge effect on what you can and cannot do, is capital, right? What do you have access to? Me personally, I have 8. Hold on. Let me say something. I have 8 items, literally 8 items that are just hold on, that are just 50 baht a month. I have 17, I just sold out of one, 17 items that are 100 sold a month. And this is just, me putting
yeah.
things into a better, I guess, like perspective, right? For me to figure out what's selling, what's not, and to get things more organized, because I wasn't, you know what I mean? So it was hard to say, all right, let me, figure out what am I selling and what am I not selling. Um, Let me see here. And, like it was a lot easier once I got organized. So it's more of start creating a list where there's like two for the time being, because you want to make your money quick, right? So nobody wants to sit on products for like days. I tell you that much. Like I sure as hell don't. Um,
So you recommend at least having like one or two items that are
yeah,
50 a month?
one or two items. You want to focus on more of you want to focus more on what items, like your fast selling items, because that's where you're going to make your money back quicker, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing FBM, you're going to get your money back as soon as you print out the label. You know what I mean? Um, and be cautious. You see, it says canceled. because people like to make you buy shipping and then they cancel it. So before you send it out, double check. But before you print it and stuff like that, you should be checking your stuff. And then when it's canceled, and that's another thing too, that it never puts it back into my inventory. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody, but it never puts back their canceled item back into their inventory. So there was a couple of times where I was stranded with one or two items, and I'm like, damn, I thought I was sold out. It says on Amazon that I'm sold out, but technically I got like one or two items, in the garage. But yeah, you should be having like three items that are 50, five or six items that are, and this is your beginning steps, five or six items that are 100, and then maybe slim it down, put three items that are at 100, and then 200, you have three items, get to a point where you have 10 ASINs that you searched, you didn't purchase yet. Just put your mindset there. 10 ASINs. And out of these 10 ASINs, I need them to make me $1,000, right? For the month. Let's just start with 1,000. I need these to make me $1,000 a month. How am I going to break down this 1,000? That's what you should be thinking. That's the thought process. And then once you scale from that 1,000, once you made that 1,000, now let's start going into bigger numbers. So now, like my goal set is to make 5,000 because that compensates for my work, my 9 to 5, the $5,000 of profit. I'm not saying sales, I'm saying profit. 5,000 in profit accommodates what I make in my 9 to 5. So that's the mindset that you guys got to start changing, is that what ASINs make me what I need to make just to start me off. Once you've hit your first 1,000 of profit, not sales, profit, because that's where it starts making sense. Once you see that, sky's the limit. Everything's going to become, all right, I'm an addict. I'm addicted to finding these ASINs. I'm addicted to scanning through these Keepa graphs. I'm addicted to everything that, everything that money brings in, right? I'm addicted to, all right, I get to chill with my kids a little bit longer. I'm not sourcing. I'll source for 2 hours and I'll find 3 bangers, 5 bangers. And then that's what you have to start doing, is getting that mindset of first finding your 10 profitable products, and they have to have that gold bar. They have to have, and this is what you're saying when you're sourcing, they have to have the gold bar. They have to have the 50 plus. They have to have, well, the ones that I'm sourcing right now have to have the 200 plus marker. It has to have that. If it doesn't, skip, move on. There's millions of products. So if you're staying stuck to like this one or two or it's just gonna be like, you know what? Screw it. It's not worth it. Like the headache is not worth it. But once you get those reps in and you start reading the Keepa charts quicker, like, and then once we're getting into that season, like it's easier now because we're getting into Easter. So you're gonna find more Easter things. Go back to that chart where it said, did it sell it for a year? Go back to it. Because the last 3 months, obviously, it's not gonna sell because it's not Easter and we're not even getting close to being, of that time. So now is the time to start sourcing your Easter things now, up until Easter, if that makes sense, right? Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys, right? Do you guys got any questions, comments? Like
I
we
got
cool, copacetic?
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Are are you exclusively FBM, or you do both?
I'm exclusively to whatever makes me money, but mostly FBM.
Okay, I was wondering because you do some good numbers, and I was wondering, man, how do you get all those products out, in time and everything?
Let me tell you something. A mom has superpowers. No, I get up at like the ass crack of dawn. And I work on first myself. I go to the gym at 5 in the morning. I got to be at work at 9. I get my kid off to school at 8. Like my time is so like my schedule is crazy. Like I got papers all over. My desk looks like hell, but each hour is accounted for, especially as a entrepreneur, right? Each hour. And I try to maximize as much as possible within that hour. You know what I mean? So it's 5 in the morning. I'm at the gym. I come home. I start packing, right? Because the night before, I already started printing these out. So I'm, you know, I'm printing out whatever is for that night before. Even though I have like 0 day handling and all that other stuff, as long as you print out your
Label.
labels, yes. As long as you print out your labels, you're good. You could, even if they bought like next day, I'm telling you 100, like I swear, I ain't never have a problem. Even though it was next day, I shipped it out the next day, I didn't have a problem.
Have
Not
you something
one problem.
something I've been running into this week? I've been running out of several inventory items, and for some reason, people are still able to buy them. And I'm looking up, and I got orders for shit that just ran out, and I'm like, I know I didn't miscount my inventory. At first, I
It,
thought
ha-
I did, and then they
it,
did it again and again, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I ended up having to cancel a bunch of orders, and then they hit me with a violation like, hey, you canceled too many orders. And then that made me have to drive like 40 miles the other day to restock some stuff because I didn't want to hit cancel again.
all right, never cancel. Ever. Ever, 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 ever cancel. Ever cancel. There's a trick, and it's not meant to be used a lot and abused, but there's a trick. Never cancel. What you're going to do is that you're going to refund that shipping and then refund that customer the money after, but you're never going to cancel a order
Got you.
ever.
Got you.
Return first, return. If you can't get it within the next day or two, I'm telling you, Trent, you have 2 days for each label. You have 2 days to get that out of your
I
home.
I just did a 60-mile one-way trip to the only Ollie's that had this tea
Ugh.
that I sell. But I made it a I made
But
it
if
a
you're selling deep on it, I mean, if
yeah,
it's selling quick, man,
yes.
the amount you're buying is not enough.
Yeah, and I bought what I need. I bought everything they had of that brand, and then I saw some other teas that I do, I sell a lot of. So I just went on and grabbed all of those too. So it wasn't
Mhm,
a dry run, and it gave me a chance to look at that store too to see what they have and if I ever
mhm.
need to go back to them again.
Right. And make store connections, man. Hey, ask for the manager. Oh, not on something negative. Just be like, hey, look, I want to reach out to the manager and
Gotcha.
and make those personal connections, right? And then see who they are. Trent, like it was nice meeting you. I do sell some items on stores, across the board. Don't just say Amazon because some of them are just gonna be like, oh hell no. Because they're just is an over it's becoming oversaturated, Ollie's, to a degree on the East Coast, right? Because it's like it's so obnoxious and it's and an abundance of people coming in, and then they're pissed at this point because it's just like people are coming in and then they're like returning the shit, and it's like a huge ass hassle because their system is so old. Um, but make those connections with those managers because that's only going to get you a leg up. And the reason being is because I've done it, and I've done it at a Sam's Club, like a Sam's Club. I needed these brines that I was selling in uh November, like October, November, like turkey brines, and all the Sam's Clubs around me, and there's only like three in New York. And there's one, and I'm out in like Long Island. So I gotta drive an hour and a half to get to one. and then another 2 hours to get to the other. So I'm like, yo, this can't be. Like, I'm wasting more fucking gas than anything. Like, this doesn't even make sense at this point. So then I'm like, common sense, bro. Talk to people. Like, hey, like, you think I can order like 500 of them? He's like, 500? I can't order 500. I could order 250 and me keep 250 because we run through this. I'm like, yeah, me too. I run through it. Bullshit. I didn't fucking run through it because I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I didn't even know if it was gonna sell. But I did know that the chart said 500. So I'm like, I'm gonna sell 500. I sold through 250 before Thanksgiving, and each one of them was 383 in profit. And I still, people were tanking that shit, and I still stood at my price of like 17. It was like fit at first it was 15, 17. And then once I ran through 30 of them, I'm like, fuck that. This is a high demand product. I'm going up on price. Even though everybody's tanking the shit, $9, $10, $11. And I'm like, oh no, like, do I wait it out? No, I waited it out, and people were still paying fucking $17 for a three. It cost me 423 when I bought it from Sam's Club, and the guy was like, yo, I'll give it to you in a bulk discount. All off of a personal, conversation. Yo, let me get 500 of them. It's like 500. It's like, I can't fucking give you 500. I could give you 250. Like, my store needs to make it. And I was like, all right. It's those personal connections that get you way further. And if you have that in Ollie's, be like, yo, bro, can you set aside these for me? I'm coming back. You see me in here every week. Can you set aside these for me? And then, like, I be blessing my UPS office. Pizza one week, and next month I gave them each $20. Bro, now they know me like on a first name basis. I be coming in with boxes that weigh, I ain't gonna lie, like fucking 40 pounds that I paid $7 for. And they take it.
Wow.
It's just that connection that you make. And I'm not saying like go ahead and give them fucking $80, or there was four people, but they're always, hooking it up. So why not? I was able to finesse the shipping. It didn't hurt nobody. I didn't get no problem on my Amazon account. I didn't get anything. So it was just like, you got to build that, You're essentially a boss now. You're your own boss at that. So you got to walk different, act different, read different, look up shit different, and that's the way to go about it. But definitely get your connections going, get your forms going as far as like your Google Sheets, get your ASINs in a row, get all of your stuff together, because from here on forth, it's going to be a hell of a ride. And if you're in it to win it, you're going to make a lot of money. Yeah, I'll send it in the chat. Well, not the chat, the Discord, um, of how I put it. So that way you guys all have it, and you start build your catalog. Again, make sure you take off, if you sell out of it and you're not going to get it again, take it off of your Amazon store. You don't want to get dinged. Cool. All right, guys, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you all. I can't wait for March because I have like a lot of stuff in store for all of you. And I really, really appreciate your time. And I hope you guys had a good sourcing call. Reach out to me if you need anything. Peace.
Bye, Stephanie.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome, guys.